Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to be looking at My Orion by LOVEBITES, being performed live at their Memorial for the Warrior Souls gig from 2023. This, of course, comes off the Judgment Day album. We have never looked at this song before. I believe that I've heard it somewhere, but I'm not absolutely positive. So I look forward to checking it out. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
Well, I'm just looking forward, as usual, to hearing another song from LOVEBITES.
Yeah, they're pretty incredible in general. So, I mean, they don't disappoint. So, all right, let's go ahead, check this out, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Alrighty.
それではみんなの大好きなこの曲から「My Orion!」
was a rather interesting track. I don't think I've heard that before. That sounded new.
Yeah. It sounded new to me, too. It sounded like, the rhythm, it wasn't slow, but it was kind of relaxed for what I'm used to hearing Love Bites play.
Yeah, the actual riff in the song, the main riff, sounded a little different in terms of, what we've heard from Love Bites in the past. I mean, it is connected, but there's just something about it that seemed a little unique, Orion, of course, we know it as a constellation. There's, of course, when something makes it to a constellation, it's because there's some type of mythology behind it, usually. And so I'm just kind of looking into that now.
I believe, wasn't Orion a hunter?
Yes. And, as we were listening, it was pretty clear they were talking about Orion in the sky. That was pretty clear. Here, let me show you. Let's go through the lyrics a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything was whited out the morning I woke up. What went wrong? The only thing I can see is nothing but piercing light. We meet again above the sky after being apart from the wheel of fate. Driving slowly closer to the moon, goddess of the maiden, meeting again. Now reaching for rays of sun with only the sound of mallet. Now I'm not sure what that means. That's one of those translations that didn't quite make it, I think. Will the day ever come to wander free on the sea? Displeasing jealousy pushing the gods to the edge, leading to shoot the arrows. Of course, he's a hunter with an arrow. He's got a bow.
Yeah.
In the constellation. But they say goddess of the maiden meeting again. So it makes me wonder. And then they say, maybe Orion was a woman. But one shining star that's laying in the sky, say all of the things when it comes to your heart, remembering the day we met. And that's basically the whole bit there. Interesting. Do you have any thoughts on that, Adrian?
I hadn't thought about the lyrics, but yeah, looking at the lyrics, it's about a mythological figure. It's about the constellation even more, I think.
It would seem like it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder about that a little bit. They have a lot of songs that talk about shooting things down, like Stand and Deliver, shoot them down, literally. And, of course, a lot of songs about soldiers and, of course, Judgment Day and Soldiers Stand Solitarily. So it's right up their wheelhouse, but I just wonder how Orion, maybe the constellation and the story there that we knew from Greek mythology, how that ties in here. Now, all these words are written by Asami. Every word on that album and on, I think, most of the albums is written by Asami. So maybe we have to ask her. I don't know. But I find it very interesting. Also, the guitar solos in there were pretty cool. They were more typical to what we expect from Love Bites. You've got Miyako first, Midori second, and then they both do a twin lead for a bit. And that was cool, as usual. That's something that we missed when we looked at Bell in the Jail, which was the last one we looked at. I think Midori took a solo, and that was it.
Yeah, those were some great solos, and, the twin lead after that. Also, Fami and Haruna both look really happy in this video.
I think that in general, they are pretty happy, or at least they have smiles on, that's for sure, and they look happy. I mean, it's got to be fun, actually. The fun part of any musician's life is when they're on stage playing the gig. Everything else, maybe not as much fun. But when you're up there, that's when you shine. That's when you're having a good time. So I suspect that's the story with both of them. Yeah, Haruna never is without a smile for the most part. And Fami for the most part is, but she's also got that dark Fami personality that we've heard about and that we've seen a little bit of here and there. But I did enjoy that a lot. That came as a request. I'm sorry, I don't remember who asked for it, but I'm really glad to have taken a look at it. That song was brand new to us. Well, how does this compare to other Love Bites that you've heard, Adrian?
I don't know. It is different. I'd say that as a whole, the composition is quite excellent in this song. The song's well put together.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a little complexity, and it's bold in its sound to describe it like a wine, I guess.
Well, this is another one of those, and actually quite a number of songs on this album. The music was written by Mao, which is their collaborator outside the band. Now, he didn't write everything, but this particular one, he's the only music credit on this song, while Asami did the lyrics. Everybody gets arrangement credit, the band and Mao. But yeah, there's something about it that kind of tickled my ears a little differently from a lot of the Love Bite stuff. It's certainly unique. in comparison.
Sami has a unique voice. He can do it all, the soaring, the vibrato, the solid tone. Oh, it's a different sounding song, but I mean, I really, I really dig the sound of it and everything.
Yeah, a welcome addition to the Love Bites canon for us. So, okay. Well, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? This was totally new to us, and we enjoyed it. Do you have other things you would recommend to us that aren't already on our playlist that maybe also provide some surprises, perhaps? I mean, generally they do surprise. They have their very specific sound, and we hear some of that in this song, but it's still unique in a way, the way it hit my ears. It's a little different. But yeah, anything like that, leave it below for us and we'll consider it. And of course, leave your own thoughts on this song, especially if you've never heard it before or if you've seen it in concert. All right. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.